Hey, it's BrickTsar, and it's time for BrickTsar Answer Thingy. This is a video where we will answer questions about Lego. And this video is going to deal with two questions, and it's going to be dealing with broken Lego, destroying Lego, damaged Lego, and things like that. So we got two questions. First is from Tronaut, and he asked a question about Lego damages. What are the most common that you find, especially in older sets and things like that? He mentioned that he had problems with like cracked arms. That was very common in the early minifigures. The arms would crack where the hand attaches to the arm, and you would get other damages as well. You know, the classic Benny Spaceman cracked helmet, things like that. So some of the parts were made too thin. They made reinforcements over the time, and so we don't see that problem as much anymore. The molding procedure is probably better, things like that. Now, there are a lot of pieces that were made in the vintage era that get damaged very easy, and also even when they were new and they didn't damage, over time the pieces get brittle and break. Well, and then you had the original plastic that Lego was made out of, the cellulose acetate, which warps. So to me, that's probably the most common, is the cellulose acetate problem, where the bricks warp. So what we have here is my Lego boneyard. This is where I don't throw pieces away, even when they're broken or damaged. Here's an example of a cellulose acetate piece. It's been chewed on or something, but so that's not the typical damage. This is like a dog got a hold of it or something. And here's an example of pieces that got brittle and broke. The plates, very common for plates to be broken. Here's an old hinge that's broken. Now this isn't cellulose acetate, this is the ABS plastic. You know what, I think I'll do a bonus question in this one. We're going to do three. Talking about the materials that Lego is made out of. It's cracked. These are very common for these big jumbo bricks to be cracked. Train track broken. These base plates were always breaking. So I have a lot of plates and base plate bricks that are damaged. Somebody glued that one back together. There's a ball tube. I bought the old ball tube sets, and these broke in shipping. And then you get the damages from people stepping on things or chewing on them, or the pets chewing on them. Sometimes things get, I don't know how that happened. That actually looks like a factory defect, the way that is. Winnie the Pooh lost an arm. Let me keep that one out. I need to get some pieces out for my thumbnail. Get the cellulose acetate piece out. So, that pretty much, you know, the minifigure problem with the cracked arms, that's very common. But to me, the most common things is these thin pieces breaking over time. I think I got more of the plates that are broken and base plates than I do minifigures with cracked arms. So that's pretty common. Now, another question from Nicholas Martin. He was asking about a comment I made previously about when the license ran out with the NBA sets, how Lego, actually I'll just put these on top of there and do my thumbnail that way. Lego, they basically destroyed all the remaining stock that they had, and he asked, you know, why didn't they just open them up, part them out, take out the things with the license, and destroy that, and then put the pieces back in their stock, or put them in pick-a-brick wall, or something like that. Well, there's a good reason why they didn't, and it has to do with it just wouldn't be cost effective. That's the main reason, I do believe. Now, I think even the employees that had to do the dirty deed were like, why can't we just take the pieces, take the logo off, you know, because but they couldn't do it. It's just a matter of cost, and to Lego, it's just plastic. Now, they may have taken it and recycled. Well, actually, I'm pretty sure they recycled everything. The paper products, the boxes, the instructions, the plastics, I'm sure all that got recycled, and they may have a system for sorting by color, or they may just melt it all back down. I don't know. So I don't know the specific of that, but I do know that it just wouldn't be cost effective for them to take them apart and then, you know, reorganize them and sell them, or even donate them. It just wouldn't beneficial to do that. Winnie the Pooh. So that's a good question. Now, see, the best plastic that Lego's been using for many, many years is this ABS, and of course you still had the problem of things breaking, but the way they mold it and reinforce the pieces over time, we don't have that problem. See, when they see things that have broken, they go back and they correct it. That's why you see a lot of modifications. In fact, some of the pieces today are even different than pieces from just a few years ago, like jumper plates and things like that. Now, this brings up another question that Adrián A has asked a couple of times. He asked about Lego not making things out of plastic anymore. Well, for this discussion, I've brought in...
They might be bricks.
Hey. So, what I was talking about, this is... Wait a minute. You weren't here for the first part of the video. What is this?
This is our boneyard.
Okay, see, he knows what the boneyard is. So, we're talking about Lego being made out of a different material. Adrián A seems to think that Lego is going to stop making their pieces out of plastic. What do you think?
I think that they're going to keep making them with plastic.
Okay. Now, did Lego... See, this is ABS plastic, and I'm not going to... I can never remember what the A and the B and the S stands for. The previous plastic they used was CA. Now, did Lego change then what they made their parts out of, from the CA to the ABS?
What?
Did they change?
Yeah.
Yeah, they changed. But is it still plastic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other one had a tendency to warp. It was not as good a plastic. This is a better plastic. Now, Lego has put out a news release that they have a 15-year initiative. So that's to the year 2030. They're going to spend $150 million researching more environmental friendly ways to produce their products, which may indeed include the materials that they make the pieces out of. Do you think that that's saying that they're no longer going to make it out of plastic?
No.
No. It very well could be they could come up with another substance that is not the same makeup of plastic, that has the same structural integrity. This does not mean that Lego is going to make their pieces out of wood or brick
Or metal.
It means they're going to do research to find if they can produce another way of making their pieces and taking out some of those chemicals that they use. So the plastic, if it's plastic, it might be a different plastic. They may be getting rid of. I think Big B commented on one of the posts about the type of what the B stands for, that that one particularly causes maybe some pollution or whatever. And also, even if they continue to use ABS, they would change the method of producing it where there's not as much damage to the environment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And that's what I take from it. I have not read the entire news release. I'll put a link to it in the description. But I do believe that Lego will continue to be made out of material that looks and feels pretty much like what we got today. What's your saddest part in this boneyard? Pooh Bear?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the most valuable broken piece I have in here is.
Oh, man. I think
That's a train base.
yeah, you could. Oh.
That's not even the same one. They're from different pieces.
Yeah,
That's
right.
I was doing a thing about the most commonly broken pieces, and that's plates. And you see mostly in here is plates. I got so many of those broken, it'll be hard finding which ones went together.
Oh, this one's almost not broken, but that little crack.
It's got a crack right there. Probably got about 5 of these that are broken. That one was already glued.
Oh, this
That one's missing a
broken.
tooth. So, and these are these stupid fused pieces that Lego did. I can't stand that. It's a total waste.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there's some serious chewing going on here. But, uh-oh, got out of focus. So thanks for those questions. It started off going to be 2 questions. I covered 3. I'll try to figure out some way how to describe the title where everybody know what we're talking about. I even got wiring in
This
there.
is stinks though, because this is really good wire. Because how long it is.
Almost like somebody melted it. Some of the damages are intentional that I find, either where people painted something or they melted it. Yeah, there you go, painted.
Yeah, it's the ocean, because, the yellow and then the blue. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah. I don't like modifying my Lego pieces. So, thanks for watching this episode of BrickTsar Answer Thingy. If you have a question, use the hashtag BAT. Can't answer them all, but I thought these questions all tied in together since we're talking about broken pieces, damaged pieces, destroying pieces, and what the pieces are made out of. Thanks for watching. BrickTsar.
And them up in Brooks. Mystery Machine.